6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Zahra Sikandar. First, the headlines. Prime Minister and President of Belarus at a meeting in Minsk have agreed to enhance bilateral cooperation in different sectors, particularly food security and manufacturing of electric vehicles. Information Minister says Prime Minister's Belarus's visit will further strengthen bilateral relations. Government has decided to provide public-private partnership model to make Pakistan Railways operationally efficient entity. Pakistan and China have reaffirmed commitment to revitalize existing strategic alliance and military-to-military cooperation. Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred one more Kashmir youth in Kishtwar district of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan beats Scotland by 6 wickets in ICC Women's World Cup qualifier in Lahore today. And now the news in detail. Pakistan and Belarus have agreed to enhance cooperation in food security and manufacturing of electric vehicles. The agreement was made during a meeting between Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif and Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko in Minsk today. It was decided to jointly work in the field of agriculture and manufacturing of the farm machinery. The two leaders reiterated to increase business-to-business and defense cooperation. Besides, they agreed to soon evolve a strategy to send over 150,000 trained and skilled youth from Pakistan to Belarus. The two leaders exchanged views on diverse topics, including commerce, investment, and regional affairs. They also expressed satisfaction with the recent positive developments in all aspects of relations between Pakistan and Belarus. Speaking on the occasion, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said that significant progress has been made in various sectors of cooperation between the two countries following the 8th session of the Pakistan-Belarus Joint Ministerial Commission held in Islamabad last year and the interministerial delegation's visit to the Belarus this year. Later addressing a press take after this meeting with President of Belarus in Minsk, Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif said Pakistan desires to learn from the expertise of Belarus in manufacturing of agriculture and mining equipment. Shehbaz Sharif said joint ventures between the two companies of the countries to manufacture agriculture equipment in Pakistan will be a win-win situation. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has extended gratitude to Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko for the gracious hospitality extended to him and his delegation. In a post on a social media platform X, he said it is a monumental day in Pakistan-Belarus ties. Shehbaz Sharif said he held a warm and the most cordial meeting with President Alexander Lukashenko. Earlier upon his arrival at the Palace of Independence in Minsk, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif accorded a warm welcome by the President of Belarus. And on the occasion, anthems of both the countries were played. A guard of honor was presented to the Prime Minister by the Armed Forces of Belarus. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Adalat Tahir says visit of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif to Belarus will further strengthen bilateral relations. In a special talk regarding the visit of Prime Minister to Belarus, he said that both countries had agreed to enhance cooperation in diverse sectors during the visit of Belarusian President to Pakistan a few months ago. Omani Ambassador Fahad Suleiman Khalaf al-Karousi called on Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi in Islamabad and discussed matters pertaining to bilateral relations. They agreed to expand bilateral relations and increase security cooperation. Speaking on the occasion, the Interior Minister and Pak-Oman relations are based on common faith and culture. He said 300,000 Pakistanis living in Oman play an important role in its development and efforts are being made to send more skilled people to Oman. Government has decided to promote the public-private partnership model to make Pakistan Railways a commercially viable and operationally efficient entity. A decision to this effect was taken at a meeting in Islamabad today with Minister of Railways Hanif Abbasi in the chair. Through this model, private sector participation will encourage to enable investment, foster commercial development, and improve infrastructure within the railways. Addressing the meeting, the minister said strategic roadmap lays the foundation for transforming Pakistan Railways into a modern entity as well as a valuable national asset. Pakistan's ambassador to Belgium, Luxembourg, and European Union, Rahim Hayat Qureshi, held a meeting with Turkey's ambassador to the European Union, Faruk Kayamchi, in Brussels. During the meeting, they discussed evolving geopolitical developments and exchanged views on issues of mutual interest. Saudi Arabia has approved an additional Hajj quota of 10,000 persons for Pakistan. This decision is a reflection of close relations, mutual cooperation, and Saudi Arabia's special regard for the people of Pakistan. This is Radio Pakistan. President Asif Ali Zardari and Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif have commended the security forces for eliminating 2 terrorists in Lower Dir. In a statement, the President said the security forces will continue their action till the elimination of terrorism. Prime Minister, in his statement, vowed to continue to thwart the nefarious designs of the enemies of humanity. Earlier, the security forces have killed 2 Khawarij, including a high-value target, Kharij Hafizullah alias Kochwan, during an intelligence-based operation in Timargara area of Lower Dir. Pakistan and China have reaffirmed their shared commitment to revitalize the existing bilateral ties and military-to-military cooperation and strategic alliance between the 2 countries. This commitment was expressed at a meeting between Air Chief Marshal Zahir Ahmed Babar Sidhu and Defense Chinese Minister Admiral Dong Jun in China. Both sides also agreed on enhancing Air Force-to-force cooperation, particularly through complex and aggressive tactical level scenarios during aerial exercises. During a meeting between the commander of People's Liberation Armed Forces, General Shang Ding-Chui, and Air Chief Marshal, it was agreed to establish a joint working group to further enhance the existing collaboration between the 2 air forces. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, all parties heard conference has said the Indian Ministry of Home Affairs is promoting a fabricated and misleading narrative to discredit the legitimate struggle of the Kashmir people and tarnish the image of the Hurriyat leadership. APHC spokesperson Advocate Abdul Rashid Minhas, in a statement in Srinagar today, said that Indian Home Minister Amit Shah, who recently visited Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, has granted a free hand to Indian forces and intelligence agencies to use every brutal tactic in order to intimidate peaceful Kashmiris and force them to abandon their indigenous freedom movement. He said that Indian government has launched a systematic campaign of disinformation seeking to crush peaceful, legitimate movement through sheer force. Meanwhile, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 1 Kashmiri youth in Kishtwar district of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. According to Kashmir Media Service, the youth was martyred during a coordinated search operation in the Chatru forest area of district today. Israeli forces in their unabated strikes martyred 10 Palestinians in Gaza today. According to details, 8 people of the same family were martyred when Israeli forces struck a home in the city of Khan Yunis. 2 civilians were also martyred in a separate strike that targeted a gathering of residents in Beit Lahia. Pakistan's Super League 10 will begin with opening match between defending champions Islamabad United in Lahore Qalandars and Rawalpindi tonight. The match will start at 8:30. And Pakistan defeated Scotland by 6 wickets in the ICC Women's World Cup qualifier in Lahore today. Pakistani team chased the victory target of 186 runs in 30.4 overs. Earlier, Scotland scored 186 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in allotted overs. The match was reduced to 32 overs as it started late due to rain. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and dry weather is expected over most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. With this, we come to the end of the news for the moment, but let's have a repeat headlines before we wind this up. Prime Minister and President of Belarus at a meeting in Minsk and have agreed to enhance bilateral cooperation in different sectors, particularly food security. Information Minister says Prime Minister's Belarus's visit will further strengthen the bilateral relations. Government has decided to reaffirm the commitment to revitalize existing strategic alliance and military-to-military cooperation. Pakistan beat Scotland by 6 wickets in ICC Women's World Cup qualifier in Lahore today. With this, we come to the end of the news. For more news and analysis, visit our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.